The Jews, long before this, established this banking system which today we call Islamic banking. What Islamic banks are doing around the world is lending money on interest and disguising it as a sale. What the Islamic bank does is to lend you money on interest to buy your house, but it is disguising it as a sale. In fact, it is a loan on interest. It is riba. It is haram. It is not riba through the front door. It is riba through the back door, and it stinks. Paper money started. It started in Britain, the island of Tamimudari. Yes. The British created something called the Bank of England in the 17th century. And towards the end of the 17th century, the Bank of England issued the first paper money. And I've seen it myself. The picture of it is written exactly like a check. Them with something called an Islamic bank. Yes, an Islamic bank. Guess what the Islamic bank does? I have to tell you this one before I finish. What the Islamic bank does, 9 times out of 10, is to give you backdoor riba. Explained in other lectures how this so-called murabaha operates. I don't think it's necessary for me to repeat it here tonight. Oh yes, we have the videos at the back on the subject of riba. We should explain to you how what they call murabaha is not murabaha, it's false. It is riba, but it's not riba through the front door. It's riba through the back door. And you can tell them, Imran Hussein said, it stinks. It's worse than riba from the front door. And they should be ashamed of themselves for this riba through the back door, the so-called Islamic banking system. Probably the most prominent of all examples of all the trading of the Islamic banks. In Islam, the norm of a business transaction is a cash transaction, and a credit transaction is the exception to the norm. A credit transaction will be one in which you're given time to pay, okay? The norm of a business transaction in Islam is a cash transaction. And so in Islam, market price is always cash price. Umar radiallahu ta'ala anhu came into the market and found a man selling his goods at less than the market price. Umar said to him, get out, raise your price or get out of our market. You lower your price to cut the throat of your competitors. And when they collapse, then you take control of the market and you raise your price. So, market price is cash price. A house is on sale for $100,000. I don't have the 100,000 to buy it. Islamic Bank says no problem. Islamic Bank says we'll buy it for 100,000 and then we'll sell it to you for 400,000. What did you say? Huh? I didn't hear you. We'll buy it for 100,000 and we'll sell it to you for 400,000. Huh? Why would I buy from you for 400,000 when it's on sale for 100,000? If I have to buy from you cash, then someone should make an appointment for me with a psychiatrist. Huh? I'm mentally unsound. No, you're not buying from me cash. It's a credit transaction. Oh, I see. So I pay you 400,000 and you give me 20 years to pay. Why am I paying an extra 300,000? Why? There's only one honest answer to that question. There's only one honest answer to that question. All the rest belong to the garbage bin. The only reason why I'm paying an extra $300,000 is because you've given me 20 years to pay. That's the only reason. And so time equals money. You are earning money through time, and that is riba. But Islamic Bank says no. There's no lending of money here. There's no loan. This is murabaha. Murabaha, where both the buyer and the seller agree on the selling price with an increase. Murabaha. No, it ain't murabaha. It's backdoor riba. Around the world today, Islamic banks, Islamic financial institutions are peddling murabaha and declaring that this is a halal transaction, and there are no shortage of muftis. If you are comfortable with this murabaha, I have not been appointed to stop you. No. But those of you who can see that this is backdoor riba, you will avoid it. They didn't get you to the front door, so they won't get you to the back door. And then there is that other famous method of hiding the riba in a lease. A lease. But the interest is embedded in the lease contract. The price at which you are leasing the article includes the interest in the price. And so where you think that this is a straight lease contract, a rental contract, it is more than that. It is a rental contract in which the riba is incorporated into the rental price. Do not therefore allow yourself to be trapped by backdoor riba. Tirmizi. It is narrated by Ali radiallahu ta'ala anhu. And the Prophet ﷺ said, listen carefully to the hadith. يُوشِكُ أَن يَأْتِيَ عَلَى النَّاسِ زَمَانٍ. It will not be long before that time will come upon us, come upon the people. لَا يَبْقَى مِنَ الْإِسْلَامِ إِلَّا اسْمُ. When nothing will remain of Islam except the name. وَلَا يَبْقَى مِنَ الْقُرْآنِ إِلَّا رَسْمُ. And when nothing will remain of the Quran now except the traces of the writing, namely the guidance which is in the Quran is no longer applied in society. People are not bothering about it. مَسَاجِدُهُمْ عَامِرَةٌ وَهِيَ خَرَابٌ مِنَ الْهُدَى. When that time comes, then those people amongst whom nothing now remains of Islam except the name, their masajid would be 5-star. You know what's a 5-star masjid? But totally devoid of guidance. Those people. Not all. Ulama'uhum. Their ulama. Not all the ulama. Their ulama. علماؤهم شر الناس ممن تحت أديم السماء. Their ulama would be the worst people beneath the sky. من عندهم تخرج الفتنة وفيهم تعود. They will be the centers of fitna, a test and a trial for a people corrupting the people. And so, if you share with me the belief which I have, that we are living in that age today. The grave danger which is around the corner, Allah says of such people, who have eyes but they can't see, who have ears but they can't hear, who have hearts but they cannot understand. He says of such people, أُولَٰئِكَ كَالْأَنْعَامِ. They're just like cattle. بَلْ هُمْ أَضَلُّ. Rather they're worse than cattle, they're more misguided than cattle. No one can understand Dajjal. No one can recognize the strategies of Dajjal, whether it be the political strategy or the economic strategy or the strategy involved in the world of women, the feminist revolution. No one can understand it unless, in addition to external observation and rational inquiry, he also has nur in his heart with which to see. Welcome, brothers and sisters, to Sunnah money. You never heard of it before. You heard about the Sunnah, the bed. You heard about Sunnah, Salat. But you never heard about Sunnah money before. First time. What is Sunnah money? Sunnah money is either precious metals or commodities. And Sunnah money is money which has intrinsic value. I leave behind me two things. So long as you hold on to them, you will never go astray. The Book of Allah and my Sunnah. This is also the Sunnah. And we've abandoned it today. This is riba.